I'm going to do a video here on a day hiking pack that I used yesterday. Buddy and I went out, hadn't been out for a while, to do a hike, and we kind of went heavy with our packs with what we had, but we hadn't been out for a while, so we thought we'd load up what we had, just kind of test it out and get back into it. The picture I showed here at the beginning is a picture of me back in 2000. We walked the river to river trail across southern Illinois, had a blast, but it's been a while since we'd done that hike. Both of us had joined Boy Scouts back in like 1998, and learned a lot, done a lot, and just loved the adventure and things that we were doing. But just due to our jobs and college and everything else, we've kind of not been able to get out as much. So here it is, year 2014, and we plan to get out and do more. So we kind of started back in with just a small day hike, and we got some other things planned this year, and hopefully I'll be able to upload more video and talk about a few things on that as well. I'll kind of get into my pack and show you what we packed yesterday. Like I said, this is by all means not a light pack. It's not bare essentials or anything like this. This is just what we loaded up to go, just to get back into it and just to enjoy it. This is just a cheap Walmart pack, under 20 bucks, Fieldline Tactical. It's got some bad buckles and things like that. If you're really wanting to get into it, by all means, I would not suggest this pack. The pack I had in the picture was a Kelty Trekker, one of my favorite packs, still have it. I loaned it to a nephew and it came back stinking like socks, so I'm in the process of cleaning it back up so I can use it this year. And possibly going to invest in a Kelty Red Wing as a day pack, just to take out with us and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the pack and kind of show you what we took with us. Like I said, we weren't out for long, just a half a day after I got off work. So we packed water, pen and paper. I've got a small tinder bag with just some small tinder to get things going in case we couldn't get it going. We did start a fire because it was cold. The wind chill up on the ridges were pretty rough. Just an Altoids tin here. I just got another Altoids tin with some fire cloth, and then I've got a fire steel here wrapped in some jute twine. I've got a first aid kit here. Had bought a Gerber knife and just decided to use the tin for the first aid kit, just kind of the bare necessities. I've got some water purification tablets in there as well, and just your band-aids, gauze pads, tape, things like that. I did take a sewing kit with me. It's not something you have to have, but with this cheap pack, you never know what's going to come loose, and it doesn't take much time at all to sew something up on the trail if you need to. I took a sharpening kit. It's not something you needed on day hike, but I just took it out on the trail, just to add some weight and just to get back into it, get the feel for everything like we used to. Thing of matches. Got my Ruger flashlight, which takes double A's, just in case we stayed out on the trail later in the night. Packed my buck knife. This is a Packlight Skinner, I believe. For anybody on a budget, that's a $20 knife. Dirt cheap. You can wrap it with paracord if you'd like. I had done that, but I also used it to skin some squirrels, so I decided to take that off so it could clean up better, because that's kind of how it was made, is to be able to clean real thoroughly. But super light, larger knife, if you need it. I did pack a compass, just so we could get our bearings in case something went wrong. We never needed it, but we had it if we needed it. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. But this is just a Sylvia Hunter's Guide, I believe, just in the orange. And I packed my Kershaw. This is one of my favorite knives. Carry it all the time. I don't think you can go wrong with this knife. And then just for the additional tools, I packed the Leatherman. This is a Leatherman Wingman, just so we had it. Getting into the main compartment, like I said, it was a cold day yesterday, so I packed a stocking cap. I've got a pair of gloves down in here as well. But I packed a kind of heavy blanket. I've got a Sherpa here. Just you know, a budget blanket that I've used many times camping and whatnot. And I think this blanket may have cost $10 at Gainer Mountain. But it's a good heavy blanket. And in my first aid kit, I've got a small survival blanket, one of the reflective types, just if you need it. So that combined with that blanket in an emergency situation would get you through. I've got a rain jacket here, you know, just to knock some wind off if I needed to. I didn't need it, but to knock the wind off, the rain off, in case we encountered it. I also packed an additional fleece Colombian jacket, you know, just to keep warm. And then I've got a pair of jersey gloves here at the bottom, and the tarp. You know, and again, tarp wasn't needed. Didn't necessarily need the tarp, but where we were at, you know, wasn't a whole lot of other people. In case something did go wrong, we did have the tarp. Then we were in some rocks and bluffs and things like that. So just in case something happens, I like to pack some rope. You know, not necessarily to rappel down and get somebody, but if you need to rig anything up to get somebody out, if you needed to, you know, wrap up a broken arm or something like that with a splint, you've got something like that to help. I believe this is 150 feet rated at 200 pounds. So it's always nice to have, just to be prepared with whatever you've got. And so that was kind of our pack yesterday. Like I said, we plan to get back into everything and start hiking more. You know, we've done more camping last year, but we'd really like to get back into the hiking part, and we really enjoyed going out. And I wish I had some editing software so I could post some pictures of what we did do yesterday. Possibly I could put that in as a slideshow on a separate video. But thank you for your time, and I appreciate you watching my video. Thanks.